Jada Pinkett said that Suge Knight brought her Tupac's ashes in a little box. What y'all think about that? Was that disrespectful? Or was that how it was supposed to happen? Because that's what it was at that time. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like those cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all still believe that Tupac is alive? Jada Pinkett just recently revealed something that nobody knew once again. In her recent interview, Jada talked about when Suge Knight came back from Vegas. Mind you, they cremated Tupac the very next day after he passed away. And so, you know, all of these stories, as you can see now, it's really truly unfolding. And I don't see a lot of these people that used to come in here talking about Tupac was alive, just talking crazy for the sake of talking crazy. I don't see them anymore. They've kind of faded to the back, if you will. And there was a recent grand jury testimony in which I heard another channel say that, you know, the DA thought that Tupac was alive. And in fact, they had asked Edie, you know, ever since that day, basically, have you seen Tupac, you know? And he says, no, I have not, right? And so now Jada Pinkett comes out with her story, like I said, which none of you knew, including me, right? And she talked about how Suge Knight had Tupac's ashes. It was basically an interview with Extra TV. And she said having to receive Pac's ashes in that way was a really devastating moment. And I'll put it like that, to just get him in that little cardboard box. And yes, I was very rageful about the whole thing, about everything, Jada Pinkett said, right? So, you know, Jada Pinkett, Edie, you know, people that were a little bit more closer to Pac. Edie was there in Vegas when the situation happened. Like I said, Jada and Tupac were, you know, best friends from, you know, high school, right? Tupac is deceased. We have now confirmed that through two different sources, not from Edie mainly, but more importantly, Jada, because nobody knew about that story. At least I didn't, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, you got a lot of people around here talking about, I been knew that because I was standing right next to him when Suge gave her the ashes. You know how people do with that. They come up with these outlandish stories, right? And so with that being said, another thing in regards to the situation, and I explained this to you guys in regards to the Keisha Morris, Jada Pinkett thing involving Tupac asking Jada Pinkett to marry him while he was in prison, right? And see, once again, I told y'all that Jada's from Baltimore. Jada know what time it is, you know, and basically what she said that she understood is what I understood a long time ago, even in asking Tupac asking Keisha Morris to be his wife, you know, and then quickly after he got out of prison, having that marriage annulled, which they did not consummate at all, period, point blank, right? And I'm going to show you Check this out.
That while Keisha and Tupac were married, that there was in fact no conjugal relationship between the two of them while he was incarcerated.
A lot of people would think it was a marriage of convenience, and that, but they decided not to.
He didn't want to.
And tell me again, from in your words, why he didn't want to do that? Because that you know, a lot of folks watching right now don't understand what.
He didn't want people to think that that's why he married me. He didn't marry me just for that sole purpose or anything like that. He married me because he loved me.
So now, Jada Pinkett basically said, she said, so when he asked me to get married, I knew at that time he needed somebody to do time with him, which I was going to do anyway. See, Jada was smart, and most people won't give her the credit that she's due, because she felt like, I didn't need to marry you. I was going to be down and dirty anyway. You understand what I'm saying? And so, like I said, Tupac got out of jail and went to do the interview on MTV, and they asked him in regards to, you were married, why'd you get, and Tupac said that he got married for all the wrong reasons. Listen.
He got married in prison. What happened with that?
It didn't work. Not because of her or me or jail. It just wasn't the right thing to do at the time. I married her for the wrong reasons.
What were the reasons?
I cared about it, but I married her because I was in jail. I was alone, and I didn't want to be alone.
And so with that being said, Jada was right, Tupac was right, and Keisha Morris was right. Everybody played their part as equally and honestly as they could at that particular time. So like a lot of times I understand, like, people want to just create these good guy, bad guy stories, or, good person, bad person stories, for clicks and views, because the truth sometimes is actually boring, but actually it's more interesting than the lie, because the lie incorporates a whole bunch of stuff that didn't happen, shouldn't happen, wouldn't happen, and this is simply outright not true. And so that was very interesting that she had came out and spoke about the ashes, because a lot of people talk about, yeah, Pac is alive. You had people making DVDs talking about Tupac is still alive. Oh man, it has been running rampant for years and years and years. And so when Edie spoke about it in the grand jury testimony, once again, what the DA was trying to do was basically trying to get everybody to understand and realize the fact that Tupac is dead, but he wanted it on the record from somebody who was close to Tupac and being Edie. So, it's very interesting. So with that said, right, like I said, the young lady who came out and, all of these people talk about Jada was lying about, visiting Tupac in prison and all of those things, and how the young lady who spoke on it, she was speaking on one thing. No. Jada Pinkett went to see Tupac at Rikers Island, and I believe Dana Moore also, right? But first and foremost, Keisha Morris and Tupac were married at Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora. So the timeline was not mixed up. And Jada Pinkett actually went to see Tupac before he had got shipped up to Clinton Correctional Facility, right? So everybody that wanted, I get it though. I get it. I see the algorithmic push for the gossip and the lies. I see the algorithmic push for that. You know what I mean? Instead of the algorithmic push for just simply the facts. And everybody can have their opinion. You know what I mean? If it's an opinion and what you think, yeah, let that be that. But there's no need to call names and call people, these various names and things like that based on the fact that you don't know, and you want somebody else to be a liar because you don't know. That's a very prevalent thing that's going on now, like I said. But more importantly, the situation involving Jada with the ashes and Suge Knight bringing her to ashes, and what that actually, reveals to the public and everybody who understands what that means. as well as her confirming the fact that she knew why Tupac wanted to marry her, because Tupac wanted somebody to do time with him. And not only that, Tupac actually admitted it himself. You know, so like I said, once again, when that's presented, you know, there's nothing else really to talk about, because you're talking to the people that actually lived it, actually were there, and actually, you know, experienced the situation in which they're talking about. You know, so everything else would be just gossip and speculation, if you will. You know, so I just thought I bring that to you guys today. You know what I mean? These are facts now being revealed that we didn't know. Like I said, at least I didn't know the one about the ashes from that perspective. And like I said, I appreciate Jada for coming out and expressing and sharing that, you know, with the world in her new book. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you want the truth and the facts, go buy her book. You know, don't listen to the gossip, because like I said, they weren't around. A lot of these people weren't around. They didn't know Tupac, or none of that. So, like I said, your boy DELRAY, straight game.